Hey folks, this here is a 2013 Dodge Durango. My understanding that all the Durango's generations is from 2013 to 2020. Could be wrong on that, but this is a 2013 Dodge Durango where the passenger side is not heating up when you turn it on to heat, or it could be vice versa. When you turn it to cold, it could be stuck. So that has to do with the blend door. That's driven by an actuator or a motor basically. And I can show you that here in a minute where I found that on the passenger side. It's hidden behind the glove compartment. I'll show you how I took that all apart. But that there is your actuator right there, and behind that is your blend door, and behind the actuator there's a gear, and that's what actually broke. And this is a new one and an old one. You can see how the old one's missing the gears. Got it off Amazon, 2 for $15. And my theory is that the actuator malfunctioned and broke the gears. So I replaced the actuator and the gears, and it seems to be working good. So I tested it out, but I'll show you how I put it back together so you can take it apart for future reference. These are some tools that you'll need. 7mm driver, a T20 Torx, ratchet. I have this device, which is pretty neat for the tight places because it is tight. I also have an auto trim kit, again on Amazon for $20, which came in really useful to take the trim apart. And I can show you more of that here in a little bit. Hey folks, it's Michael again here. Here's the old actuator that I took apart, took out and replaced it. That's the gear. It's pretty much foolproof. Just got to make sure you know where the door is so you get it in the right spot when you put it back together, but you have to figure that out because you don't want it in the wrong spot. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Working on this blend door, but if you want to replace your air filter, cabin filter, right there it is behind the glove compartment. I'm actually going to take mine apart and clean it before I put it back together, so it just pops right out. That's your cabin filter. That's where it's located. Here's the device that's hidden behind the glove compartment, or the glove compartment device actually. How that fits in there. Just like anything, they're a pain in the butt. But there's 4 screws, and then another 2 on top. The 2 on top are hidden behind your trim kit, which I use this to pop that off. This comes off really hard, so if you got the 6 screws out, give her a good yank and she'll come out. I also took apart this side panel here and it just pops off. There's no screws on that. But it's challenging, but it can be done. Here we are putting this back together. I just reinstalled the glove compartment, the 4 screws and 2 up on top. Put my trim piece back on, which pops back on. Close this back up, pop that into place, and rehook that, and then we'll close it up. Here's the glove compartment ready to back reinstall. Person that installed my cabin filter before was kind enough to leave that little hook unlatched. I found that unlatched, either that or it came unlatched by itself, but it's latched now. This thing pops out little device there. And you just give her a little push and you're good to go. So a little more tricky getting it out, but just gotta work those two tabs out, in and out, and you'll get her. If you're like me, you're always concerned about breaking these panels, we can take them out, join the club. So that's it. 2013 Dodge Durango, blend door actuator fixed.